Assalamu alaikum kids, and welcome to Arts Corner. I'm Sister Azra, and I'm going to be sharing some creative art pieces that you can do that will inshallah remind you about some important lessons that we can learn from the tragedy of Karbala. Today we're going to be making a candle, but not a wax candle. It's a very different form of candle, and we'll talk about that in a minute. First, I want us to think about why we're going to be making this. Let's take ourselves back to Karbala. Yazid and the enemies of Islam were really annoyed. They were angry. They were frustrated that Islam was thriving, that people loved Allah and wanted to follow him. Yazid wanted people to say that he was the best, that he was the ruler, and they were going to give allegiance to him. Now Imam Hussain refused. There was nothing Yazid could do to make Hussain give allegiance to Yazid, and this made him really angry. He thought that if he killed Imam Hussain, he would extinguish the light of Islam and love of Allah forever. Now let's fast forward to the plains of Karbala on the day of Ashura. Imam Hussein's family and friends have all been killed, and he's standing all alone. He cries out, "Hal min nasirin yansurna?" Is there any helper to help us? Now we have to think to ourselves, why was he calling that, knowing that everyone had gone? There was nobody left. Everybody had been tragically killed. He was calling out to people for ages to come. He was calling out to us in the future, reminding us that we can still hold up our hands and shine bright with the love of Allah, that we can try our best and keep the message of Islam alive. And when we do this, our hearts shine so bright that they show the right way to Allah, not just for ourselves, but to all those around us as well, which would be such an amazing thing to be able to achieve. Now, how can we do this? There's no switch that we can turn on to just make our lights shine bright. There's something very special that we need to do. If we look in the Holy Quran, and perhaps you can get a grown-up to sit down and do this with you. If you look in Surah Al-Baqarah, there is a word that is used, Mardatullah. It is for the love of Allah, for the sake of Allah. Now, if you think before every action you do and every word that you speak, am I doing this for the love of Allah? Then your heart will surely shine so bright, and you will definitely be saying to Imam Hussain, Labbaik ya Hussain, here I am, and I'm shining bright for your sake and for the love of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So, let's look at what materials we're going to be using to make our candle. You're going to need some coloured card. A4 is fine, in red, yellow and white. You'll need some scissors, pencil and a ruler, red and black pen and some glue. So the first thing we're going to do is make the candle. And what we need to do is, using the width of the ruler, cut along 2 strips. We're going to turn it that way, portrait. Draw your line going down to guide you when you're cutting, because it's quite a long strip to cut, and you want to make sure that the strips are equal length and as straight as possible. And for my little friends out there, you might need a grown-up to help you, because scissors are sharp. We need to be really careful. So cut along the lines that you've drawn onto the white card. And you should end up with 2 white strips like this. So what you're going to do is put them at a 90-degree angle, just like this, so that the ends are overlapping. You're going to take the one that's closest to you and fold it away from you. Then you'll take the one that's closest to you again and fold it over. And you're going to keep repeating that. So now fold this one towards you and fold that bit to the side. Now fold away and then fold this to the side. And each time you fold, you want to press down on the side just to make sure that it's folding and staying in place really well. So you keep going, folding and overlapping the two strips of paper, of card. There we go. So that's what you should end up with right there. And if you open it out, holding both ends, you can see that it looks a bit like this, like a spring. So what we're going to do is glue the base down onto the white card. So you take your glue and just on the end there, you want to put lots and lots of glue so it sticks down really well. And then to make sure that it stands up nicely, put some more glue there. And then stick that piece down. Use your finger and press it down gently just to make sure that it stays in place really firmly. So there we go. There you've got the base of your candle. Now we're going to draw the flames. So take your pen and you're going to draw two shapes on the red and the yellow to guide you again when you're cutting out the flames. You don't want them too big, otherwise it won't look so good on the base of the candle. But you do want the red to be slightly bigger than the yellow. So again, take your scissors and just cut around the shape that you've drawn. That's one right there, and then the yellow. So you should have two pieces that fit into each other quite nicely like this. There we go. And then what we're going to do, we'll turn them over so that the black lines don't show, and we'll start by gluing the yellow piece onto the red. So put some glue on the side where the black lines are showing and stick it down onto the red side. So that looks nice and neat right there. Then you turn that over again where the black lines are showing. Spread lots and lots of glue on. Make sure it sticks down really well. And you're going to just stick it down here onto the top of your candle base. And you can see that that candle is looking really nice and tall and shining really bright. Now, taking our pens, and it's up to you whether you use the black or the red first. I'm going to use the red. I'm going to write along the top here, Labbaik Ya Hussain. And this is to remind ourselves that we are always going to try hard to answer Imam Hussein's call and say, I am here to hold the candle high, to make sure that the message of Islam will always shine bright, and it will shine so bright that it will take myself and everyone around me towards Allah, which is what we should always be striving to do. Then along the bottom, we're going to write, let your light shine, because this is what Allah tells us to do. That if, for His sake and His love, we do the very best we can in this world, then our lights will surely shine. And so this is what your Labbaik Ya Hussain candle should look like. And perhaps you can spend some time talking to your siblings, to your friends, family, your parents, about what are some of the things that you really like to do, the things that you enjoy, that you know you can do, and that will make Allah happy. Because if you make Allah happy, your heart will glow. It might be something you can do at school, with your friends, in your community, things that will take you closer to Allah. And make that promise that you will try your best to do that all the time. So thank you for watching. I hope you have fun making some of these at home. Do send us pictures of your creations. You can tweet us at CABTV. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.